The Peebles three-day Festival of Rugby came to an end on Sunday at the Gytes with a very entertaining Colts tournament involving 9 teams split into 3 pools of 3, with the winners of each pool going into another pool to decide the winner. Early on we saw some stunning rugby, and in Pool A it was Hawick Youth who topped their group with wins over Duns Colts and Kelso Harlequins. Duns Colts' Lewis Learmonth scored a cracker for his team against Kelso, while this try in the same match for Quins' Ben Stewart helped give his team their one victory. In Pool B, Selkirk Youth Club beat both Gala Wanderers and Peebles Colts. Finlay Whelan's try was one of the highlights of their match against Gala. Wanderers had their moments too. Here's a try from Sam Smith against Peebles. On to Pool C, and Melrose Wasps were runaway winners with 2 wins against a very good Boroughmuir side and Jed Thistle. Finn Douglas was one of their scorers against Jed, and with pace to burn, he's another one to look out for in the future. Jed's Hector Patterson caught the eye, particularly in the game against Boroughmuir Colts, with a brace of tries. But if I was to choose a try of the tournament, it would have to be this one from Oz Kanakaivata, who showed off plenty of talent on his way to scoring this effort in the match against Melrose Wasps, which certainly created a buzz in the crowd. Boroughmuir's Nick Adler also crossed the whitewash in impressive style in the same match, but Wasps were too strong for the only city side in the competition, and Felix McLean's brace secured a win in that game. And so to the winners' pool, which saw Selkirk Youth, Hawick Youth and Melrose Wasps play each other. Hawick's Eli Hamilton bagged a couple of tries against Selkirk in their 22-5 win, including this one. Finn Douglas added to his earlier tries with this one against Selkirk Youth, which gave them a 17-5 victory, so it went down to the final game in the pool, which was a winner-takes-all scenario. And it was Melrose Wasps who raced into a 14-0 lead with 2 tries from Ben Weir. And with the way the Wasps came through their other matches, it looked like they could push on in the second half and extend that lead. But the great thing about sport is that anything can happen, and the never-say-die attitude of the young Greens was there for all to see. Owen Gray gave some hope with a converted try, and all of a sudden Hawick Youth were beginning to get on top. A kick ahead from Corey Tait to Justin Tait was good, but Finn Douglas was back to kick the ball out, and he, like most players and spectators, thought that the game would restart at the end of that move. However, the referee called it as a penalty try, and Douglas was sent to the bin and Melrose down to 6 players. It was a big call, and we'll be discussing that with one of our most experienced referees in the Borders, Ian Hurd, tomorrow in a special programme. We of course have the benefit of hindsight and slowed up replays. Referees have the sometimes impossible task of making split-second decisions. Sometimes they get it spot on and other times they don't. In this instance there was a genuine error made, but it meant we would have a thrilling end to the game as we went into the dying seconds, all square. Literally, the next score would win the match, and up popped Corey Tait, who had a magnificent day for Hawick Youth, and his lung-busting run, almost the length of the pitch, put his team in front for the first time in the match, and it was Hawick Youth who would successfully defend the trophy and become winners of the 2021 Peebles Colts final. Corey, that was some win, wasn't it? We didn't see that coming.
It took a bit of us time for us to gel and just kind of get that team shape, and it paid off in the end.
Now, we've all learnt something today, haven't we, about a penalty try and not being able to kick it dead.
Yeah, that was a new one. So,
but one that worked your way, in your favour.
Exactly. Yeah, we were lucky on the day. Credit to Melrose, they played very well, but we just had the gas at the end of the day.
Well, that was a lung-busting effort, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be feeling that one tomorrow. Yeah, it was just great to get the win for the boys, and it's just a real team effort, and I'm really proud of them.
And silverware in the cabinet so early in the season.
Yeah, it's great. Hopefully we're just going to build on that through the season and just really kick on.
We just didn't really get going in that second half. Yellow card was maybe a bit harsh, but that's what happens in rugby, and then we just didn't kick on, so well done to Hawick, and that's the main thing.
Got to mention the penalty try, of course. We've all learnt something about that.
Yeah, well, we were just saying in the huddle there, we didn't even know that's a rule, but I mean, I'm sure the ref knows better than us, and that's the main thing at the end of the day, so we've just got to forget about that.
Now, obviously the final result is a gutting one for you, but overall in the tournament, you've played some good rugby.
Yeah, I know. When we played Boroughmuir, we knew that was going to be tough. We played them a few months ago and we lost, so for us that was the big game to start with, and we got off with a winning way, and then Jed, we just played some really good rugby, and then we knew Selkirk and Hawick would both be challenges, and Selkirk went really well, and we went into Hawick with our heads held high, but just in the end it didn't fall our way.